Chris, speak on it.
Listen, it's a lot of women out here, and I know this whole woman king thing got you pumped up in your mind, and it's really the reason why a lot of y'all about to lose it. You about to lose your position, and y'all don't be wanting to hear that, right? Yeah, but the humble shall taste the grace. It's a lot of y'all that done got situations worked out, because you done looked humble long enough, and you've been obedient. Now you like, screw all of this. I'm going to call the shots and do whatever it is that I want to do. And that's great, because it's some humble people who gonna come up and take your position straight up from you, because half of the time y'all didn't deserve that anyway. Yeah, this what it is. I'm telling you, listen to wise counsel while you got it. Y'all don't remember the story of Vashti in the Bible, right? Yeah, see, Vashti was what Queen Esther came in to replace. Did you know that? Did you know that? Yeah, King Xerxes, right? He feeling good and had an abundance of wine. They've been celebrating 180 days. That's a party if you know one. 180 days, and now he's around his men, and he tells, go send for the queen. Tell her to come. She was a beautiful woman. Tell her to come. Bring her crown too, because I want to show my queen off to all of these men, my friends that's around me. Now he on one, because he done had his wine. He feeling good, feeling cheerful. She sent all them people back and say, she ain't coming. She ain't coming. Now again, the Bible describes her as a delight to look at, a pleasurable woman. And then the king say, hold on. Now, I done sent for her, but he goes with the wise men and say, now, what should be done with Vashti? Because I've sent for her, and she has broken law, because this was a different day and age. She done broke the law. Now, what should I do? He wasn't on one hard enough to just make rash decisions. No, he gonna consult the people that need to be consulted. They say, this word gonna get out, and all the women gonna think that they could do this. This ain't no good. Now, he was over 127 providences. Yeah, now this a mess up everything in the kingdom. Not a problem. She's going to be dethroned then. She will never be queen again. And we're going to send this decree out, and we're going to send this in all messages, in all forms and languages. Okay, cool. Now, here's where the Jews get saved, okay? This little orphan girl, because mama and daddy done died, okay? Unconventional, coming out the trenches. Mordecai, he only over here because he was taken in exile by King Nebuchadnezzar. My God, it's too much going on in this family, right? But God had a plan for the humble to taste the grace, okay? Mordecai say, yeah, I done raised my cousin right now as my daughter. I'm finna take her up there to see the king. I'm finna see if she could get a little spot up in there. Yeah, he was already serving in the house of pagans, so he had a tip in, a toe in. You got Queen Esther, who was just Esther at the time, and they describe her as having a beautiful figure. So for some of you who out there who say it ain't your looks that matter, what the Bible say that did make room for her too. So in the meantime, don't let nobody make you feel bad how good God got you looking. Anyways, keeping it going. Listen, Esther came up there, listened to her uncle, was humble enough to take the advice of her cousin, who raised her like the father. Yeah, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to do what you told me to do. And then when I get to the next level, I'm going to ask the man who's in charge of all of the virgins to, hey, what do you think I should do? I'm finding favor everywhere that I go because I'm humble, because I'm obedient, because there is naturally an attraction to me because I'm a beautiful person. But the thing that has the keeping power is the Spirit of God that's moving through. And don't ever think that God couldn't move through you. Because you motherless, because you fatherless, because you come through unconventional situations. Listen, God about to cut out and carve out some spaces for you. Yeah, and there's going to be somebody like Vashti who's too high and mighty, who declines the invitation of the king. And boom, here's your chance. Here's your chance right now. And Queen Esther's position was not just for her, it was for a whole nation. And Mordecai had to remind her, as you on this throne, just remember, the death of us could be the death of you. Perhaps you have become queen for such a time as this. And this is what we're dealing with. As I bring these very hard messages to you about what's going on worldwide, what you need to understand is that this upside down flip of a calamity, as they call it, this is making room for us. You better shout unto God. God wouldn't tell me that the people have to learn a new song and you gonna teach it. I'm telling you right now, put a praise on it. Listen, because you've been humble, because God has tested you with dreams and you've spoken it, because God has told you what to do in the little and now he's going to make you ruler over much. Baby, it's some people who high and mighty finna get dropped in the blinking of an eye. The decree will go out. They'll be in search of somebody like you. And God says, this is the time that I'll put you in position to save a whole nation. So this is just a reminder that as you've been in your preparation, you're going from preparation straight to the palace. This is how your story's gonna go. Yeah, there was some desolation in the past, but that didn't even matter. The Bible didn't even harp on that with Queen Esther. No, you've gone from that spot, but at the same time, stay humble, stay obedient. And it said that even with Mordecai, Queen Esther stayed obedient even while she was in the palace. Obedient enough to warn her husband, King Xerxes, when there was a conspiracy to kill him. Why? By the words of Mordecai, all these good deeds coming together, all this obedience, all this humility coming together to save a nation. Come on. It describes Esther as finding favor with God and man. God, give me favor amongst you and man here on earth. So when y'all see Chris in unconventional spaces, listen, Joseph served in the house of pagans. Listen, Moses served in the house of pagans. So when you got people out here that tells you this how it has to go in order for you to meet God, my God is an unconventional God. The same thing that he allowed Joseph to come through, be put in a pit, be lied on, imprisoned, and all of these other things, be in exile in a country that was not his own. We're coming to that time, don't you know? It might not be America that give you your big break. It may not be here. Don't despise what God has put you at. But even if it is here, your preparation is making room for you to be in the palace. Love you much. Mwah.